My name is Arby Louise P. Kawan, and I will be discussing Lesson 6, which is the digital self. But first, what is the digital self? It is said that it is the new version of self identity in today's generation. And the definition of digital self is inclined with the usage of technology such as smartphones and other electronic devices that has social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. Based on the screen, there is a graph, and it's about the number of smartphone users in the Philippines from 2015 to 2019 with a forecast until 2025. So, as you can see on the graph, the numbers of smartphone users in the Philippines are increasing per year. It is said that as of 2019, there were approximately 74 million smartphone users in the Philippines, and it has continued to rise since 2015. So, as our country progresses, of course, technology also progresses as well, and the demand of technology also increases. And it is also said that 3.5 million smartphones were shipped to our country during the first quarter of 2016. So during 2016, the demand of smartphones and electronic devices here in our country has significantly increased than the previous years. Based on statistics in Western countries, it is said that during 2012, 78% of online teens own a cell phone, 8 out of 10 teens owns a desktop or a laptop, 23% of teens have tablet computers, and 50% send 50 or more text messages daily. And Americans between the ages of 8 to 18 years old spend an average of 7.5 hours per day using smartphones, and 95% of them have access to the internet. So, based on this data, it's obvious that the ones that are more inclined with technology or the usage of technology are the younger generations. And especially with online classes going, technology and the use of social media is more important than it was before. Moving on with self and other in cyberspace. So there's this thing called digital literacy, and it is defined as the capabilities possessed by individuals who are living, learning, and working in a digital society. So digital literacy is being able to use and optimize social media to his or her own liking. It is having the knowledge to use the tools needed to be able to use social media and other electronic devices properly. However, in cyberspace, authority is minimized. Therefore, people have the option to be anonymous, and with that freedom, they can either use it negatively or positively, and most of the time they use it negatively because other anonymous accounts, they spread false information and they spread false news. And according to Soler, during 2004, the behavior of people tends to be different in virtual spaces when compared to face-to-face interactions. So with the anonymity that social media provides, people tend to be more confident and they tend to voice out their opinions more without being afraid because their identity is hidden. And that's the only downside with social media and other platforms, because sometimes people, anonymous accounts, they spread false information, and that leads to misinformation of the news that is being spread. Next is online disinhibition, and it is defined as the lack of restraint one feels when communicating online in comparison to communicating in person. These could have both positive and negative effects. So, first, with the positive effect, voicing out your own opinions on social media and knowing that what you're saying is morally correct and for the greater good, then that's positive. But it's negative if you use your voice to spread false information and negative information online. Oftentimes, many are deceived in social media because of anonymity. So since there's anonymity and you can be anonymous, other people don't care if what they send out is negative or positive. What they only care about is that they voiced out their opinion and it is seen by a lot of people. And that kind of discredits legitimacy in posting and in news and true identity that can be found in social media. So that's the only downside of online disinhibition. And however, if it's used positively, of course, there will be positive effects as well, like people being motivated to voice out this belief because it's morally correct, and people just need to be more cautious when posting. They need to verify first if it's correct information so that no one will be harmed and every information sent out is legitimate.